Howdy everybody, ArgonMatrix here, welcome to episode 101 of The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. I think I was perusing our characters today, and I want to do an Azazel run to Delirium. I don't know why, I just jumped at me, I don't know. Sometimes you're just in the mood to do an Azazel run, and you gotta scratch that itch, you know. CKND 3NSR. So we'll see how well we can do here. I mean, that's an interesting proposal already. Do you just want to use the self-sacrifice room and go right to the lamb, get the zip achievement or something? That's always a possibility, I suppose. Okay. Gotta love when that happens, when there's just an enemy, like, literally a step in front of you when you step into a treasure room. That's fine. I remember the Halcyon days where there were never enemies in treasure rooms. Anyone remember that? Oh, those were the times, my dude. By the way, how many times in, like, the past, 10 runs have we had Gemini as, one of our earliest items? Can someone do a tally on that, please? That's, it feels like I've had it, so often lately. I don't know what it is, if it's just... I mean, obviously it's just variance. It's just, sometimes you're gonna see an item a lot more frequently, and sometimes you'll see other items a lot less frequently, and so on and such with. But still, man, it's so weird whenever it happens. Regardless. By the way, no, I'm not going to try and do that self-sacrifice room right to the lamb off the bat here. Number one, it's probably not likely to happen because of the amount of HP that we have. And number two, I'm trying to go for Delirium, so that would be kind of counterintuitive. It would be a different achievement to try and go for, but we'll see here. I do have to say I'm not off to the greatest start in terms of just the raw damage that I've taken so far. I'm already down half my HP. Torn Photo is fine. Do want to get some HP and probably range upgrades as well. It's always something you're kind of hankering for as Azazel here. We got, okay, 2 books here. How to Jump and Book of Shadows. I guess I'll take Book of Shadows with me, because How to Jump when you already have Flight is not very valuable. It's somewhat valuable, don't get me wrong, but... Why did I use Book of Shadows in this room, by the way? I don't know. I was just feeling it, you know? Sometimes you just get that feeling that tonight's going to be a good night. And then you just have to use your Book of Shadows, instantly, and it's a good feeling. Dude, I even saw that bullet, I backed up, and then I just stopped backing up. That was a little embarrassing. Blood Rights is not something I can really justify taking right now. Again, please pardon the poor damage I've taken so far on this run. This is the first run of the day. It shouldn't be an excuse, because obviously I play this basically every day, but still. Sometimes it takes a minute or two to get reacclimated, you know, after you've been playing so much Breath of the Wild and Bloodborne and all that other nonsense that I gotta play. I mean, I don't have to play Breath of the Wild, I suppose, but come on. Once you start, you cannot stop, my friends. Have you played the game? Have you even been there? Yeah, so Book of Shadows on basically any boss as Azazel is almost an instant win a lot of the time. Magic Mush is great. We have Guppy's Hairball here, which I guess I will take, because I now have the HP to sort of justify it. And I feel like we almost just sort of hit a weird reset button. We're back at 3 black hearts as our HP, except now we are up several orders of magnitude from where we began, I would say. With Magic Mush and Torn Photo and Guppy's Hairball even. You know what? Even Gemini and Book of Shadows, literally everything. I just named every single item that we have. And I mean, it's all true, isn't it? It's all benefits that we have, and we've been using them so far. So that should be Bookworm right there. Which is not as, noticeable as Azazel as it is as other characters, but it's still very, very potent as Azazel, so don't get it twisted. If you, look really close sometimes, you can see the second Brimstone Beam. Sort of nestled in with the first one, so pay close attention to that. And also you see, if we just happen to do, if we're against the boss and we do suddenly, a lot more damage than we're normally doing with our shots, that's probably Bookworm coming in the clutch and giving us a second beam. There we go. Got some bombs. I'm actually going to go ahead and head over this way, because I think this is actually my secret room up here. I was kind of judging the layout of the rooms. Not super interested in the Mimic right now, unfortunately. In their first implementation in Afterbirth Plus, Mimics were real bad. Okay. I Oh, that was my controller. This is my controller, and it's stuck. That was not good. What is happening? My control stick is just like going all sorts of jacked up right now. Thank God I had Book of Shadows throughout all that. Otherwise, I would be in a much worse spot. I'm still down 1 heart than I otherwise would be, but take that. That's full health, which is not that important. I don't know what happened there. Like, my control stick just, like, suddenly was, like... I don't know, dude. Hopefully it's not a recurring thing. I've had issues where my control stick just kind of gets stuck sometimes in the past, but never quite like what just happened there. It's hard to even describe what was happening. Anyway, like I was trying to say before I got mind flooded like that, in their first implementation in Afterbirth Plus, mimics were like ridiculously stupid because they looked like identical to regular chests, so there's no way to tell them apart. But now, it's just like so easy to tell them apart that it's like they're not even really a threat anymore. It's just like a kind of a part of the game, and it's like, well, if I have enough HP, I guess I can just take a mimic. But it's like, I don't know, I think there's a nice even ground, or like an even, what am I trying to say? A nice middle ground, I guess, that you should try to achieve with mimics. And this is me talking directly to the developers, I guess, I don't know. But, like, I think that there is a way to make mimics have less of a tell, which would make them a more interesting part of the game, I guess. In my opinion, anyway. I don't know, maybe it's fine as is, but I just feel like there's just not much point to them being in the game when they're so easily identified compared to other chests now. Like, I think I even saw, like, a mod somewhere on the workshop that had, like, subtle mimics or something. And it was like just like this tiny little white dot on a regular treasure chest that sometimes kind of blinked if you let it sit there for long enough. And I think that was a pretty good thing. It's like looking at it just off the cuff, you wouldn't recognize it as a mimic. But if you pay a little more attention, which is what mimics are sort of in essence trying to make you do, just in general games, not just in this game, but in other games as well, like Dungeons and Dragons or whatever other games mimics may appear in. They're designed to just make you be like, hey, pay attention to your surroundings. Don't just go all willy-nilly opening treasure chests without even thinking about it or whatever. But, I don't know, I'm not really a game designer at any rate, so... Making good time on this run for sure. We are already on the Depths 1 at just like 6 minutes into this. Dank Depths XL even, so it's about to be even faster, because normally XL floors are quite a bit faster. I would definitely like a little more on the HP front, though, because we're going to be heading into the second half of the game here pretty soon, and I'm not feeling extremely confident in my survivability. See, there's another mimic right there. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh god. Now I'm getting all kinds of messed up, because I was just sneezing like a maniac, and I had to cut it out, and it was, like, weird, but... God. Oh, man. I feel like that's like one of the only times I've ever sneezed in a recording. It doesn't seem like something that happens that often. I swear, man, like your nose or your brain, or I guess it would be your brain that controls it, not your nose, but it feels like your nose a lot of the time, but it must have like some sort of sense of like when it's appropriate to sneeze and when it's not, because like if you think about like when you're driving or something, how often do you actually like get the urge to sneeze when you're driving compared to just like when you're just sitting around doing whatever? It's like probably not as often, because when you're driving, a sneeze could be possibly lethal in like the worst case scenario. So it's like, I guess maybe your brain is sort of hardwired to know like, hey, we have a really important task to focus on right now. Let's not sneeze. Let's hold off for the time being. We can clear out these nasal cavities a little later. I don't know, I guess focusing on just about anything, you have that sort of, maybe that sort of sense, like, a little bit anyway. Because it's not often that I've ever sneezed in a recording, I don't think. Not as long as I can remember, although I have a long track record to, like, search through of just videos, so I'm almost up to 1,000 now, I think, so... At some point in that, I imagine I've sneezed at least once or twice, you know? But, oh man. Regardless, we'll just keep on moving on here. I'll take Alges, sure, why not? There's the boss, and the shop as well. Presumably the shop anyway, it could be a library, I guess. Black Candle is absolutely worth taking. And I wouldn't mind Charged Baby either, but we don't have the money for it right now, so let's see. Let's go ahead and bomb this fella. Get a move on here. We picked up Bloody Crown just a couple rooms ago as well. That is going to be pretty valuable going into the late game here. And I'm honestly thinking, Host Hat, like at the state that I'm in right now, wouldn't it be nice if that were the shine so I could pick it up and say, see you next time here on Super Mario Sunshine. That's a reference and a half that I don't know if anyone's going to get, but yeah. Wouldn't it be nice, though, to maybe try and actually, instead of going for the Delirium kill, to go for the Zip achievement like I was talking about earlier? Because look at our time right now. We're going up against Mom in a second here. I think it could be advantageous to us to try that. Of course, now that I've mentioned it, it's like, it's going to start becoming a bit of a, I'm going to start, like, feeling the pressure, you know? It's like, oh god, it's time, now it's real, we're going for this achievement. It's like, I don't know if I want to subject myself to that. I don't know, it's a tough call. I'm going to go ahead and take Chocolate Milk here. I don't know if that's the best option. It gave me a Tears upgrade, so that's pretty nice at least. And then we have a quick look around just to see if I can find our last treasure room here, because I found the one with Host Hat, but there should be another one around here somewhere. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's not even worry about it. Let's just head towards the boss and move on down to the next floor, because it's not going to be that bad if I am going for the Zip achievement, which I'm starting to think that I want to, because it's not looking like I'm going to have that much of a good chance of beating Hush and going down to Delirium that way anyway, just with the HP that I have. And with Bloody Crown, it's not like the end of the world to skip a treasure room here, so, because we're likely to find one or two throughout these next couple floors as well, so let's not worry about it too much. Plus, we're already pretty powerful. Like, I feel like I'm just about powerful enough to beat the game. That Balls of Steel pill definitely helps, because I was about to say, like, we're powerful enough to beat the game if we get more HP. But that helps resolve that issue in a pretty good fashion. Not happy with that damage. That's kind of what I'm talking about when I say now I'm in the mindset that I have to rush, but you know what? We still got plenty of time here. We have a lot of time to make it past these next couple floors, so don't stress out at all here. As long as we don't hit too many dead ends across these next couple floors, we should be in a very good spot to try and actually make this work. Now that said, I don't know which way I actually want to go here. I guess I'm going to try and head down. Okay, there's my controller going nuts again. Oh god. That's going to be what kills this run, man. I swear to god. I thought there was something else still alive here. At the very least, I don't have to worry about Curse of the Lost on any of these upcoming floors, because I got Black Candle on the Depths 2. Or on the Depths XL, I guess. So that is pretty nice. Pushpin is nothing too interesting to me, especially when I already have Bloody Crown, which I hope to get some advantage out of on this floor. Yeah, there's our treasure room. Good shit, good shit. Kind of wish I'd saved Book of Shadows for this room, but not the end of the world either way. These aren't too tough of enemies. There we go. What do we got here? We got, okay, GB Bug. Again, one of those items that's like, it's just kind of there. It's like, it's one of those items that if you ask me to try and name every single item in the game, first off I'd be like, what the fuck do you expect of me? There's like 500 plus items in this stinking game. Secondly, GB Bug is probably one of the last ones I would ever think of, to be quite frank. Super Ball, I don't know how it's going to interact with the Brimstone Laser. Guppy's Tail is fine, let's move on. Guppy's Tail is actually pretty great, because it'll give us more items in the Dark Room, presumably, as well as our second step towards the Guppy transformation, so pretty nice on that front. It does make me a little more wary of my HP, and I have to remember that I don't have the Polaroids, so despite being at 0 red hearts, it's not like I'm going to be getting any shield anytime soon, except through Book of Shadows, and Alges. That's always on the back burner if I really, really need it. Probably going to try and save that for a tough fight, though. There is our treasure room, which is pretty good. Hopefully en route to the boss here as well. Let's find out. We got Robo Baby. Health up is fine, actually. It's actually pretty solid. We'll take that, so just to give us a little more. It'll give us 1 extra hit, plus it doesn't even compromise our negative state, so we'll still get the negative to pop whenever we get hit, which is not inconsequential, I would say. Having that little bit of extra damage can be pretty beneficial a lot of the time. Alright, and we're heading into the It Lives fight at 13 minutes here, so I think, like, I don't want to count my chickens before they've hatched, obviously, but I feel in a pretty good spot right now. Again, the HP is the only sort of wild card that I'm watching out for right now. There we go. Took a little bit of dumb damage right there. Ooh, God, the Delirium fight, though. I'm going to hope that I get a Void Portal after the Lamb and just hedge my bets here. I've committed to it. I know I started out this run wanting to do one thing, and now I'm going in an entirely different direction, but god damn it. I was really hoping that would be like a Warp to a deal with the devil, maybe, but okay. I probably should have, like, maybe got a Book of Shadows charge before doing this room as well, but okay, that's pretty nice, actually. So one of the pills that we had earlier was actually a health down, or like that was a health down or something, and that one was a health up. I don't know. We have both pills in our rotation is what I'm trying to say, so good to keep that in mind. Thankfully, we used them both at a time where we actually got some benefit out of it, so good stuff there. We are on the market for a new trinket now, because as good as Bloody Crown was for us, in theory anyway, we only got Robo Baby and GB Bug out of it. But it's not going to be beneficial to us at all anymore, so hopefully we can find something nice, you know, a nice cancer trinket, curved horn, any number of things, man. The world is our oyster. Why did I just fire into the wall there? I was kind of hoping to see if Super Ball would give us some sort of rubber cement-like effect, because I know rubber cement plus brimstone can be a little bit of a weird combination a lot of the time. This is a shitty room, by the way. Took way longer than it really should have. Now that I've committed to this, I have to realize that maybe it would be in my best interest to actually bomb through some of these rooms. I may have realized that a little later than I probably should, because on the next floor I won't be able to bomb through any floors at all, or any rooms, I mean. Because that's how the dark room works. Degas is fine. Don't really care about Head of the Keeper, but I'll take it. That's a nice room. This is not a nice room, though, because it's a dead end. God damn it. Probably should have bombed out of this room, to be fair, but again, it's just hindsight is 20/20. I might start, my commentary might start getting a little slower here just by the nature of me wanting to focus on the game a little more, but, oh, god damn it. This is not what I wanted to see. Okay. Alright. Don't get flustered. We still have plenty of time. It might not feel like it, because it's slowly whittling away, but time is still on our side. It's unfortunate that we went, like, every wrong direction so far in Sheol. However, I won't let that get inside my head too much. I do have 18 bombs, though, so maybe I should just, like, kind of go. I don't know, there's like a this, like, big rooms like this you should probably just bomb through realistically, because like it's gonna take longer to get through them like twice if I have to backtrack than it will to just like bomb through them twice or whatever. It's a weird sort of, there's, I'm sure, some sort of mathematical expression you could almost apply to it. Okay, don't screw me up now, controller. That'd be a bad time. I didn't even consider the implications of Host Hat, by the way, but I'm immune to like these little exploding fly dudes. That's pretty sweet. Go ahead and pop a Book of Shadows right here. We are cruising, so hopefully on our next floor we will get our third Guppy item. That would be pretty nice if we get that out of one of our red chests, because that will help expedite things greatly if we become Guppy. Or, alternatively, if we get something like an Ansu's rune, then we'll be sitting pretty, too. Alright, what do we got here? That is a Guppy item right there, so that's pretty sweet. Alright, I'm going to keep Book of Shadows, though, because I don't really need Guppy's head. And now we try and make the most of everything here. Okay, this sucks. Oh god, oh my god. That's the last thing I expected to see when walking over to that side of the room, to be quite frank with you. I feel like, I honestly, like the last, couple floors for me, both commentary-wise and gameplay-wise, have been a little bit of a blur, just because, I'm, so focused right now, and I just keep glancing up at that timer, dude, and it's I don't even know if that was the right decision to take that. I don't think it's going to hugely matter in the long run. It seems to have increased my range, so that is nice anyway. What is this? Tech X? Is that going to actually give me what I want here? It does not seem to have impacted my tiers at all, so People Duplex is inconsequential as Azazel, I'm pretty sure. Thank you, Guppy's tail, for all this nonsense, though. It's working out fairly well. Okay. That room was kind of scary. Cricket's head is huge. Huge, huge damage upgrade. As long as I can find the boss fight, I have no more keys, so don't worry about any chests anymore. I just need to find the boss fights in the next, minute or so. God damn, did you see those tears that Host Hat just fired? Took it the whole fucking screen. That was a little silly. I feel like the boss fight has got to be this way. It's just got to be, man. Just show me that little skull icon, and I'll be the happiest little Isaac player this side of Kentucky. Oh, my lord. The ghost room, though. We are cutting it close, I'll tell you that much. Because keep in mind, we don't just have to get to the lamb, we have to beat the lamb in the next, minute here, so... I feel like this is the right direction, though. Either way, I'm committed right now, so that was an interesting trinket that I probably should have actually taken. However, I'm in a bit of a time crunch, okay? Here we are. Use a Book of Shadows here, because we're going to use Algaes on our next room. Don't worry about that, even though I could have taken it. Just go ahead and finish him. Now, I think, I think it's just beating the lamb in 20 minutes. I think that's all. No, I don't want to do victory lap. So, I was going to say if a void portal did spawn, I could have gone for it. And I think I would have still gotten the achievement. Did I get it here? Ace of Diamonds has appeared in the basement, so that is the zip achievement. In all but name. Alright, I can finally take a step back from the screen here. Assess myself. I don't know how good that run was necessarily commentary-wise. I feel like I kind of got flustered a lot there, but you are your own worst critic. At least that is that achievement out of the way now. We're at 23 minutes here. I could, do another run in theory if I really wanted to, but I think having that done, that was enough stress for one video. I need to go take a breather, man. That was a little closer for comfort than I would have liked. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and or comment down below. It really helps out the channel and the video. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I post a single Isaac video every day at noon Mountain Time. Usually not this short. Sometimes they are. Depends on the day. But tune in tomorrow for the next one. Hope to see you there. Thank you everyone so much for watching. This is ArgonMatrix signing out. Thank you and good night.